in your project. So yeah, it intrigued me.
So do you
Yeah, go ahead, go.
bot or do you trade yourself?
I trade myself. I'm a funded trader at a prop firm.
That's cool, man. I always wanted to learn, uh, but then I found this bot and that's it. You know,
Yeah,
that it made it so
I
easy.
I understand the results seem crazy, insane.
It is. But I know of a lot of people, at least two or three. I don't know if that's a lot, but that I know personally that trade forex daily, and they're quite profitable. Not as profitable as the bot, but they're pretty profitable.
Yeah, it is possible, but it's all like having a strategy, like your bot, and keeping your emotions aside, and that's why bots are so efficient once they have a great strategy. Humans have too much emotions and fuck it up most of the times.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's important too. What I've learned that, of course, the guy who builds the bot, right, or programs it. But at the end of the day, what's really important is whoever has the knowledge that's being transferred into that bot, right? Because that's a lot of knowledge, of a lot of experience throughout the years that they gather, and they put it into this bot. So that's the key, right? It's not so much finding somebody who's good at building a bot, but you have to have the right person behind the bot, right, with the right ideas, the right experience.
There's got to be a little bit of humanness, in
Yeah,
the bot
for sure.
when they build it in, like what they've learned.
For sure.
Like Gonzo says, I think the bot we're in was built by some successful traders because it's a pretty good bot. It's fucking worked really good for us.
Yeah, it would be impossible without human input. The strategy is definitely from humans, and then you put a system around it that makes it automatic. So yeah, it must be from a very profitable trader. It's impossible otherwise.
Yeah, and it's monitored very closely too. You can tell because I watched the bot, right, and so there's a big human factor in there, right? When to connect, when not to connect, when to stop. You know what I mean? It doesn't do everything automatically.
Yeah, I understand that there must be some sort of management. Otherwise, it's impossible. You will always have fuck-ups. I think. But yeah, depending on how long the bot is up, they will also make the risk management automatic. So yeah, I'm very excited. So maybe Shinitza, you can kick it off because we're going to record this. So you have a great piece of content to put online for your project, which is also awesome. So yeah, Shinitza, let's do it.
All right, I can throw all my questions in the trash bin now because you've just answered most of them before we even started. Just kidding. All right, so I'm gonna start my recording because yes, this will also be uploaded onto our YouTube channel and we'll attach a giveaway to it, so it should get some more reach. I do feel we should get some more people in still, but anyway, it's Sunday, right? So it always takes a bit of time for people to get in.
Actually, where's the link at again? I'll throw that link into a couple other Discords. Is that just?
I can send you the link, but the problem is that they're gonna go to the wrong channel. But I can drag them. Hold on, I can send you the link. Copy link. I just pinged it to you.
So I think that's what was happening to me. I was going to
Yeah.
the wrong channel.
Yeah, but I kept dragging you down, and your microphone was still not working. I don't know.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's kick things off. So welcome everyone to the Gentlemen's Club Pub Talk. For this edition, we have invited the team of Zeitaku Dragonz, if I pronounce that correctly. After bringing the project back to life, they are now getting ready for a new mint, I think, which is happening somewhere this quarter, if I remember correctly. As you may know, they're also heavily focused on passive income. Therefore, we cannot wait to have a chat and share our experiences. For this pub talk, I have also invited our founder, Wagmi, as he is in charge of the finances at TGC and would definitely have a great value in this talk with Zeitaku Dragonz.
Yeah, hi Shinitza. Thanks for having me. And yeah, I'm very excited for Zeitaku Dragonz coming on our pub talk. I came across the Dragons on Twitter a few weeks ago, and at that time they had like around 330 holders. Their floor price was around 50 ADA, I think. And looking at them right now, they have around 380 holders, so plus 50 on 2 weeks, which is impressive. And they almost doubled their floor price, so it seems like they are getting a ton of good traction. We also recently did Zeitaku Dragonz giveaway in our Discord, and I know some of our holders also jumped in and bought some dragons. So yeah, it's very exciting to have them here, and I know a lot of our community members also want to hear more about them and about their trading bot, which I'm also very interested in. So yeah, very excited to be here and have these guys on our pub talk.
All right, so guys, that being said, during the pub talk, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat and I'll make sure to address them. Also, make sure to stick around to the end as we'll be giving away instructions on how to win a Zeitaku Dragonz NFT. As always, this session will be recorded and uploaded onto our YouTube channel for those who cannot make it, that they can still watch the recording afterwards. Without further ado, please welcome Ganzo and Louis. Hey guys, what's up? How have you been?
Hey, good morning. Morning.
Very early morning for you, right, Louis?
It is 6:15 a.m. It's bright and early. The wife made me some coffee, and I'm good to go. Been awake for about 19 minutes.
Full 19 minutes. that's amazing. Yeah, 10 p.m. here, so I'm going to bed after our chat. All right. So yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. I think due to the similarity of both our projects, I'm sure, as Wagme already said, and I'm sure our community will be very much interested in what you guys have going on. So maybe I think most people know you guys already, should know you guys already when they're in the NFT space for a while. So, but maybe could you briefly introduce yourself and tell us how you got into crypto and NFT space?
I'll go ahead, Gunz.
I go first. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are. First of all, thank you for having us. It's a real pleasure to be here. I'm really excited about being here, and I'm also excited about your project. I like that we're all business oriented. We like finances. So yeah. About myself, they call me Ganzo. My real name is Gonzalo, but American people have a hard time pronouncing Gonzalo, so they just call me Ganzo. I'm 51 years old, and I'm an entrepreneur. I've owned quite a few businesses throughout my life and done a lot of different things. And I don't know, I don't want to go through my whole life story, but I fell into crypto many years ago, to be honest. Just didn't get right into it, and fell into Cardano, basically like almost everybody, I got in right when the Boss Cats were minting. I had already been involved in Ethereum and Solana. Didn't really do very well, honestly. I was not a very good flipper or anything, but I was very interested in NFTs and in their real life utility and all the different applications. And I always wanted to bring my real life knowledge and experience, which is quite extensive. I've done a lot of shit in my life. I always wanted to apply all that knowledge and bring it to, in this case, to the Cardano community, but mainly the NFT community, right? That's about all I can say. I can go in, I can talk to you guys for hours about myself, but that's not the idea. I just wanted to give you just a brief summary. I'm originally from Argentina. I grew up back and forth. My family, my dad traveled a lot. He lived here and there, back and forth from Buenos Aires and the States. So I grew up in both places, so I'm bilingual. As an adult, I moved to Spain. That's where my mom was originally from, and that's where I got married. I have 3 kids, and I ran several successful businesses in Spain as well and Portugal. And then, 2008, big crisis, big financial crisis. My company got hit really, really hard. So ended up having to make a very important decision in my life at that point, where I had two options: try to start from zero in Spain, where I was, by using the help of my in-laws and some direct family I have there, or just get on a plane with the whole family, go back to the States and try to start over. And that's what we decided to do. So that's how I ended up back in the States after being in Spain for so long. And then, since I've been here, which was 2010, since I've been back, I've been building myself, my own finances, just kind of getting out of all the shit I was in, and basically made it right back, and here I am, and now I run two successful businesses in real life. One is a general contracting business. I do pretty well. I don't do as well as Louis. Louis has a lot more companies and runs a lot more business than I do, but still, I found my sweet spot, I guess, and fell into or came across a forex trading bot a little over 2 years ago, and since then things got even better, because this tool really helped me structure my personal finances, and it helped me be a lot more successful. Helped me diversify my investments by using the profits I get from it. So, by going through all these experiences, I just had to do something, man. I had all these ideas, and that's kind of why I'm here. And now we're, with Louis, creating something really, really cool here, where we can also allow our own members and other projects to use this tool, right? And because at the end of the day, we're all helping each other. I truly believe that, man. Louis and I are thinking of how, when we have these profits now, right? We're thinking about many things, about how we're going to distribute them, but at the end of the day, we want the community to decide what we're going to do. But yeah, man, sorry, I tend to ramble a lot, but I just wanted to give you a summary of who I am, where I come from, and how I got here, right? And that's about it. I met Louis along the way, and we became good friends immediately, man. We just have this connection. He's a little bit younger than me, but we have the same vision. We met in person at CNFTCon. We had been talking to each other for some time before that, and I'm just happy to be working along his side. He has a good following, and also very well known in the community, man. Just having him next to me, let's put it this way, guys. I didn't want to do this by myself, and Louis is the perfect person. He was right on board when we talked about it. He's like, yeah, man, this is a great idea. Let's do this. So here we are, man. So thank you again for inviting us. I love seeing a lot of you guys in our Discord. I told Louis a little bit about you guys the other day. I was talking to him about what you guys are doing, and I think we can do something together, man. I would really love that. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some of your NFTs today. I was actually trying to buy them before our space, just to show support as well. But yeah, thank you again for having us. And Louis, I'm going to pass it on to you, man.
Oh, thank you, Gonzo. I love you. I'm Louis. I have been in the space since the very beginning of all NFTs on all chains, really. So I've seen this entire thing, from start until present day, which is really interesting. Like thinking back, like what it was, and you know, to what it is, and where it's going, what it's becoming. It's so different. But yeah, I've been in crypto for a long time. One of my partners here, he's in here too. FA, he is. I couldn't have done anything without him. You know, he's been with me for many years. We've been working together in crypto, and then came into NFTs. Yeah, Gonzo is a little bit older for sure. I'm tough, and you know, so I got a little bit of younger years on him, and you know, it's not easy being better looking and stuff like that. You know, I know.
The burden.
I have that problem too.
You know, but yeah, I got into NFTs truly because of Charles Hoskinson, honestly, and Cardano. You know, but I was into a lot of tokens before this last run up, and I made a fucking killing. And you know, and here's another cycle. It's wild, you know. So I'm just like buying back again, and we're gonna check it out. But yeah, then you know, I run many businesses. You know, I am an owner that is offsite on many, and there's still a couple that, you know, I deal with on a day-to-day basis. I have a huge inventory of employees, over 530. But don't let Gonzo fool you. Gonzo is very successful. You know, he came here with nothing 13 years ago, and he fucking built another successful business. Gonzo is a hard worker, and I'll call him at 10 p.m. my time, and he's still in the man cave getting work done, you know. And you know, it's there's not many people that I trust. I do trust Fatih, and I do trust Gonzo, and so to be in business with you know, people that I trust 100% is very important to me, and so, you know, me and Gonzo are both into you know, making money just like everybody in here. That's why we're here, and you know, and so, you know, we both take profits from you know, robots in one little section of you know, our daily dealings, and so we decided to come together and you know, put together this project to offer many people that don't have the opportunity to get into these bots, and those of you that do, you know, we can share the knowledge with each other. I'm sure that this project will bring in a little bit more. I think this project is going to bring in a very educated community, and those that aren't, you know, we want to offer that education to teach people about another way that is out there. And though you might not know or be able to, you know, now you can. Something that's important is that you know, we don't. I think something that's really important for people to know is that we don't need to do this project. You know, like we could just put, I mean, you know, we already have money in the bots, and so, you know, we're just truly doing this to educate and help and add like the capstone project onto a larger vision, that includes other things that are already moving. Just another part of a larger vision, and that is the Zeitaku motherfuckers. So that's my story. I'm glad to be here, and I look forward to the future and seeing what this next run entails, and let's fucking go.
All right. Thanks for that big introduction, guys. For sure, I think it's very important. I think you have the right ingredients. You have a lot of life experiences. Have a lot of experience in business, and you're bringing it together right now. And I think that's also an important point for people to start investing in a certain project. Is they're investing in the people running it, right? So I do think you guys have a lot of experience in the space, which will create a lot of trust in gaining following and gaining investors. And to get to your question, Gonzo, we should do something together at some point. I do believe we have a same interests, so definitely I'm down for that. You can hit me up anytime. All right, so let's dig a little bit into the Zeitaku motherfucking Dragons, as you said, Louis. What's the story behind Zeitaku Dragonz? Is it correct that it was initially a rug pull, right, that you guys took over and you bring it back to life? Is that correct?
Yeah. This was gonna be a rug. That's for sure. They minted, and then I was there when the mint, because of one of our members, who's also a member of those AMAs. He told me about it, and he's like, "Oh, hey, this is minting," and so we went, boom, and they minted out, and then nothing was happening, and then that founder started messaging me, "Hey, do you want the project?" And simultaneously, me and Gonzo were talking about this, and so I said, "Hey, Gonzo, look, this is what these guys said. We could do this, and we could move right into it rather than need to start completely from scratch. We can pick this up and help out a community that is going to be screwed, and do our idea here, just pick up like a quarter of the way through." And Gonzo said, "Let's go."
I think. Sorry to interrupt you, Lou. When Louis said that to me, I thought about it for a day or two, and I actually went into Discord, and that's what really sold me. When I went into Discord and I saw there was not many people there, but there were some community members that they really thought something was coming. They were really waiting, and they were being patient, and it just felt so bad, man. I was like, shit, no, let's do this here. That really made me decide, let's do this. That's why I told Louis, let's go this way. We have it's a very small community, but it's grown since we took over. So I'm really happy, and I see it growing every day. I go into Discord, and there's 2, 3, 4 people every day joining. And we haven't really done anything, right? We haven't really. What we've done is show some sneak peek over these eggs that I think are really, really cool looking. That we're going to talk about that now, right? And we talked a little bit about the concept behind it, right? The concept that we're trying to prove here. And I guess we got some good traction, right? Because people showed real interest right away, and we haven't really showed anything. That's what I'm thinking. So we haven't done any real marketing. Everything's been real organic, 100%. We haven't shown much of the art. And people don't even know what the dragons are going to look like. So we still have all these things to our advantage.
But also really quick, during the lead up to this, so we take everything from this guy, and then which wasn't anything. I mean, it was like 30 dragons in a community wallet, and there's no money, there's no anything, and then we find out. Oh no! So then later, with JPG, they ended up like changing a contract, and which changed the royalties around or something, and then that old founder came back. So we changed the wallet for the royalties, but then everything that was listed, which was like the whole project pretty much when we came, and it started going up, so many people didn't unlist. Well, all of those that were listed were going to one address, and only if you delisted and relisted would it then go to the new address. We didn't know that, and we weren't paying attention, and that dude came back in and stole all the fucking royalty money a couple months ago.
Crazy.
And
Yeah, so this guy is a scammer. Be aware. The guy goes by Juicy, and he goes by, what is it, S1 R7 or something like that. SRC.
I don't even know. It was just like.
Yeah, listen. When I did everything that we were supposed to do, right?
That's right.
I set a new royalty address.
We switched everything, but
and
that
then-
dude scammed.
Yeah, but so what was happening is I was watching the new royalty address, but I was watching all the old royalty address, and the royalties were going into the old one. So I was in front of my computer. Every time I saw something come in, it accumulated a little bit, and then I would transfer it over to the new royalty address. I contacted JPEG Store, and they explained to me that all these dragons that were listed are already in a smart contract. So unless people delist them and relist them again and list them again, the royalties are going to go to the original wallet, not the new one. So I posted an announcement that really helped, because then I saw very few transactions. But the crazy thing is that like I said, I was monitoring this whole thing. So I was making sure that I transferred over anything that would come in. And I saw right in front of my eyes when I was copying, pasting the address, trying to transfer over like almost 400 ADA, how the old founder just, boom, took it right in front of me.
And it wasn't a lot, but it was just enough to make me like, just like.
But he did it again just 2 days ago. I went in there, for some reason there was a few, there was like 30 ADA, and I was like, hey, let me pull these out, and he did
took it
right
again?
before
Oh my God. Yeah, all right, I don't want to get into that. Let's just keep going, because that like raises my blood temperature. I'd rather just send, rather than steal from me, just knock on my door and ask me for the money. Like, I'll send you 30 ADA, bro. Don't.
This problem is really non-existent anymore, because
Yeah.
we haven't seen any royalties go into that old wallet. So I guess everybody.
Right. Yeah, this was just a run up. This is just part of the history of the Dragons.
It's important, right?
It wasn't a lot of money at all. It was just, but it's a good. It makes for a good story, and it's just the history of the Dragons, which is going to have an amazing story, which I believe we will be telling quite a bit once we get this on and cracking. Our goals, we have some pretty good goals, but I'll let you guys ask the questions.
Perfect. Yeah, I think a good story sells, and I think it's important if everyone knows the history. Yeah. So in a nutshell, let's say it was rugged by the original owner before he gave it to you, and then he stole the royalties, and then but you guys are bringing back the project to life, and you're gonna start doing some amazing stuff with it. So actually the people that got rocked at that point will also start benefiting again, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
That's right.
So to summarize, so maybe if I understood correctly, you recently took over the Zeitaku Dragonz collection, and you have a new mint coming up. I think it was this quarter, right? Yeah.
We have the egg mint coming up.
Maybe before we dig into the egg mint, let's quickly catch up on the OG collection before we dive into the details about the new collection and the utility behind it. But from what I can see right now for the Zeitaku Dragonz collection, there are 2,222 NFTs. So could you tell us a little bit more about this collection?
Well, I like dragons. And this, I mean, I can just tell you how much I like them.
Yeah, but
We took it over, so it wasn't by choice we chose the dragons, but now that here it feels, it feels right, and and I really like some of the memes with the dragons, I'm fucking Zeitaku motherfucker,
yeah. Also, I noticed, like, I saw you guys coming on Twitter, passing by. So, and something about this might sound silly because it was like sort of like a rug, but the art from the OG collection, it's like pixel dragons, and I really like them in one way because I immediately went to JPEG to see what it's about. So yeah,
Gonzo
I think it
didn't
has
like
some.
the art at first. He didn't like it, but and myself, I'm like, well, but now moving into
but
it, I really like it now. It's grown on me,
It's grown on me too, but
Yeah.
the truth is that it is a derivative, okay, of a project that exists in Solana.
On E.
So,
Yeah. Oh, on Solana, that's right.
yeah. If you go, it's Boryaku. Boryaku, I think, is the name of the other project, and you can see that where they were definitely inspired by that project, right?
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, I can see. Yeah.
So that's something
Just another thing, just another flag, coming from that original
Founder.
original founder. That's
Yeah,
right.
fortunately, we had nothing to do with that. We took over a
Right.
project. It is a derivative, but we're creating a new policy ID, new collection,
Yeah.
new art, but always keeping in mind that the OG dragons have
They're
to maintain
equal.
their value. They
That's
have
right.
to be important, right? So that's what we are working on now. Specifically, Hako, who, like you see, is here. He's our community manager, and he's doing a wonderful job helping us with in all these areas, right? Especially with the tier system and gamification that we're trying to apply here. Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be key to the side, because a lot of people are waiting. We understand people are buying dragons, because they see potential in the project, but they really truly don't know how many dragons they should buy. They're trying to strategize, right? Everybody wants to know what to do.
Everyone's just buying blindly. They don't know what's going on yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which, very quickly here, everything will be out in the open.
All right, so cool to know. Maybe one question. So let's say that the current collection, there is no real utility behind it yet. The real utility will come with the next collection. Or is there anything with the current collection that is related to the new mint?
Yeah. The OGs will play a part in minting. A certain amount will get you a discount, and then moving into that, the OGs are just as important as the second collection. You need to make one, you need to have an OG and two new.
Can I jump in there? I want to jump in there very quickly. So our mint is set up in two stages, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we have the eggs, and then those eggs are going to be hatching into some dragons, right? So to answer your question about the OGs, it all goes back to that tier system and gamification that we're building, right? The idea is since we have two stages, two mints, right, is to implement, or take into account the holder number, the number of holdings for one, and then maybe rank for the other. But there's always going to be some value to the OGs, right? So we're trying to decide that, right? We want to try to implement both ranking and then the number of NFTs that you hold. So yeah, so everybody can, after the announcement, can strategize accordingly, right? They can decide depending on how many they want to mint, how many they want to hold, what discount they want to try to get, and yeah, et cetera, et cetera.
All right. So to summarize, there is definitely value in the current collection. Moving forward, when you make things more clear, it's going to have the same value as the other collections. It's just about collecting the right NFT. So the current collection has same value as any other collection coming in the future.
That's right. Because we've seen so many times in the space, somebody come out with a second collection, and then the first collection is just like a stepchild and is forgot about, and the chart, they all look the same. So it's important for these to be looked at as still one collection. Different policy IDs, different little bit of art, but this is one collection across the board. It's important to maintain value to the originals, because that was the community that we came in to be like, well, let's just do this, help this community, and then do our project, as opposed to start over, So, any other models, and we started a new project and not had to deal with a first collection. So the goal is to just maintain value across the board equal.
Yeah, and also, it will be, the X will be also pretty low supply. I guess it will be the same like the OGs, I think.
It will be double.
Double.
Yeah, it'll be double. So the idea is it's a 1-to-1 whitelist that's separate from any other benefits you get from ranking or the amount you hold, right?
Right.
But it's at the end of the day, it's 2,222 whitelist spots that you can get. For each dragon gets one whitelist, can mint one egg. So that's 50% whitelist right there. And because the collection is 4,444 eggs that will hatch into 4,444 amazing, cool dragons.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool. And so also, it has, the OG collection seems to have a utility depending on how hyped the new collection will be. So what I reckon can happen is when you start promoting the bots that you guys are running, some hype will start in CNFT and people will buy the OGs for having a guaranteed whitelist. So that would be something as a utility right now.
Yeah,
Right.
and it would help the people also, that hold a significant amount and maybe needs to offload some, right? It's a good way to get some profits back. Some of these holders deserve it. They've been holding for a while. A lot of them have been taking profits. I like to see that too, right? I like the wallet distribution to balance out, and it's happening organically, like you mentioned it before. So we're happy about the progress, because especially if you take in consideration what we've done, which is really nothing yet. So I can't wait, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, there was a time about at around, because when we came in, the price was like 4 ADA, 3-4 ADA, and then it ran up to 20, and then boom, people were dumping it, and we think those were some big. We think there was we think that old founder had a bunch. I think he's out now. It kept going down. The same wallet was just dumping. And I think they're finished, because then boom, then it just, now it's, it went up a couple more tiers, and now it's just remaining. So I think for the most part, we've got some diamonds holding on. There's no dumping going on in the beginning.
But there's going to be some
There'll be more
strategy involved, right? So when the moment we announce this tier system, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of movement, right?
All right, good to hear, guys. Yeah, because I've spoken to a few people, and it wasn't really clear what's going to happen with the OG collection, but I think it's pretty clear now. It will have a lot of benefits in the future, and the benefit it has right now is having whitelist on the new collection. So I think that's very important to know. On top of that, sit back, relax, and watch the show and watch everything unfold. Basically, that's where we're at right now. If I understood correctly, So regarding this new mint, these X, is there already a mint date and a supply and a mint price released?
Not yet. We've still got about, I'd say, I was just messaging with him last night, maybe another week, and the artwork will be finished for the eggs, and so I think we're talking about like beginning to mid February to mint them. And just make sure everything is perfect. There's really no hurry of anything, and so we're just, making sure that the artwork is good. The price is to be announced. The market is so fucking unstable. There's no point in like setting a price now, and that also is because this project is slightly different than others. Collecting seed money to build something. We are collecting money to put somewhere that earns money. And so, the goal would be to bring in the most that we can, because the more that we can put in, the more that we can take out. So we will wait a little closer till mint to announce, the price. Just, we don't know if it is going to go to 10 cents or, if some miracle will happen and Bitcoin.
Yeah, we can. Louis is right. We can think in USD terms, right? Thinking about the investment we want to make. So we have an idea, right? So we ran some spreadsheets and stuff based on some numbers.
I mean, we can say it. We can say it now. I mean, what we're trying to get, if you want, Gonzo, or we can. Keep
yeah,
a
secret,
we can keep a secret for a while. We still have another, we still have a little bit, but it's up to you. I don't care.
Are we getting
some? It's not going to change. It's not going to change what we're doing.
Yeah. So Shinisa, like Louis was saying, the more money we put in there, the more money we can make, and the more things we can do with it, the more money we can make, right? So that would be the ultimate goal, is to put in this account as much as possible. So, having said that, right, we ran some numbers. Let's say the minimum I think we should try to bring in as total revenue is around 400K.
Let's go.
That's that 400 USD, right? 400K USD. So that's a sweet spot, because that will yield us
over the course of 2 mints, right? So this is going to be or 2 stages, right? The minting and the hatching. So
the minting, that's like we said before, it's 2 stages. So the first stage, really, you would get half of that revenue. So let's use those numbers as an example. Let's say we go with 400K. So 400K today would be, I don't know, right? We would need to mint. So it's $100. So it would be $50 for the eggs, $50 for
the hatch.
The hatch, I think, if I get this correctly. So anyway,
a little bit more. It would be about 60 at the current price.
Yeah, but the good part is that when we're done with stage 1, which is the mint of the eggs, right, we go into what we call a hatching period, right? And that hatching period, I estimate, is going to be 45 to 60 days. I think 60
And the
days.
reason for that hatching period is because we, right after the eggs get finished a week from now, then boom, the artist is jumping straight into the artwork of what's going to hatch. And so, he's not going to be able to do that at the quality that we want in 15 or 20 days. So we will attach another month onto that, giving our artist 2 months to really make some dope artwork.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we have 200K in the bot, and we already, during the hatching period, we already made some profits, right?
That's right.
Then we can decide what to do with those profits. We can compound them and wait for the next deposit after the second mint, and put it all together, and then start deciding on profit taking after that. I'm sure you guys have some questions, so because I can go on and on, so I'll just let you guys ask more questions.
I think we were in a pretty similar situation with TGC when we minted. Yeah, because we were also looking at getting profits and getting them back to holders. So we also had a certain threshold in mind that we had to reach with the mint, that we a certain budget that we really needed in able to to be able to provide value back to holders. So I fully understand you need to make some financial plan behind it and define a certain threshold that you guys need to have, the minimum you need to have to make this a success. So fully understand that situation. So okay, I think it's time. Let's start talking about the utility. I think the utilities being the trading bot. Maybe Wagmi, I'll let you tackle these ones. This is more your category.
Yeah. I already said this that I'm very, very interested in what you guys are doing, and I totally understand that the mint price will be slightly higher. Otherwise, it just isn't really worth the effort. I think, in my opinion. So I do get that there has to be a decent amount get into the project, and also looking at the results I saw from your bot is pretty impressive. So I think it will be important to decide what to do with the profits and how to get them back to the holders. So like before the mint, I think that's a pretty important part, maybe, but that's totally to you guys. And so we've also been looking at trading bots and testing a lot of bots, but there's always something with them, with the ones we tried. So it's really interesting because yours is consistently profitable and seems to be a reliable one. And I'm just curious the story behind how you found this particular bot and how high your trust is in this bot, because you're going to build a project on it. So how high is your confidence in the bot you're using right now, and how long are you using it? I think you said 2 years, but that's something I really, really like to know, and I think a lot of our community members do.
Good question.
Yeah, good question. So how long? I would have to look exactly. I think it's 24, 25 months. I've been personally connected to it. So there was a lot of questions in this one question, right? So I was looking for something. To be honest, I started looking for a long time ago crypto trading bot, right? And along the way, I actually fell into a scam. It was not very. It was very. Yeah. So I learned from that, and anyway, just to make a long story short, man, I went to a Bitcoin conference in Miami a couple years back when this whole thing started, and I was there, and I had an old friend that he's like a brother, man, and I hadn't seen him in a long time, and he lives in Miami, right? So I was at this conference, it was like 3-4 days, and one night I had nothing planned, and I thought of him. I said, I'm going to give, Juan Pablo's his name. I was going to give Juan Pablo a call, see if I can go out to dinner with him or something. So anyway, he was really excited. He's like, yeah, man, I can't believe you're here. Let's get together. So we go to dinner, and this was like almost 6 months after I had lost a significant amount of money investing in this crypto trading bot, right? So anyway, we go to dinner, and he pulls up at the hotel in his brand new M5 BMW, all dressed up, Italian shoes, looking really sharp. And I'm like, fuck, man, what's going on with you? Anyway, he's like, yeah, man, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? You working? Something? No, man, I don't work anymore. I have some investments I make. Anyway, man, the guy's playing golf all day, right? Not working, making a shitload of money. And so he starts telling me about this broker and bot owner he's working with. So basically, that's how I came across this. So I think God put it right in front of me, man, when I needed it the most, to be honest. Just the way the whole thing happened, right? It was it was just meant to be. I don't know, man. I believe that things happen for a reason. So
Let's go.
I think it started from the moment I decided to go to that conference, right? Because I was trying to pull myself back together after losing a whole bunch of money. And I'm like, no, let's go do some networking. Let's meet some people at the conference, right? And I ended up, the most important thing that happened to me in that conference was seeing my old friend, to be honest, because starting from that point, everything moved really quickly. We started talking again a lot, and I did my research, and it was a lot of research, especially after everything I had gone through. I had the advantage of I knew where this was coming from, right? I trusted Juan Pablo a lot. I trust him a lot. Still, I had to do my research. So I did my research. I came across a whole bunch of things investigating. But I did my due diligence, and I decided that it was a trustworthy investment, and I didn't make a mistake, man. Ever since I invested, it really changed my life, man, because it helped me structure my whole life. It's easy when you have a consistent, I don't know, average 8% monthly on your money. It's easy to structure your life.
It's like free money.
Especially if you have a considerable initial investment, right? A considerable amount as initial investment where you can start off from. So, when I saw how cool this tool was, everything you're able to do, then I started developing business plans, structuring businesses around this concept, real life businesses. And I have a couple. I haven't started any of them using this concept yet. So anyway, one of my ideas, and some of the things we discussed with Louis, when it comes to distributing the profits, right? Of course, there's going to be a lot of questions. How do we plan to distribute the profits? I imagine it's going to be one of the questions. But the first thing is I want to figure out with the community what the community wants to do, right? So this is all pretty straightforward. It's going to be all very transparent. You guys are going to be able to see where the money is, how much we made as profit. So here's the profit. What do you want to do? If we divide it up, this is what we each get. Do you think that's the best thing to do? Or do you want to buy this token that's launching? Or do you want to start a business? I mean, we can do several things, right?
And just to add to that real quick, sorry, Gonzo, for interrupting, is we want to tap into the community over this experience of NFTs and stuff. We have learned that some of the smartest people are right here in this room.
Absolutely.
Brilliant people are here, and so we want to this really is we want to pull the community in every way. That being said, this is not a DAO, and I just want to be clear about that. But we want to pool the information and really pick the best route to go. And one other thing just to touch on is that I heard in the question is you're right. It is a bot, and there is risk. There's risk in everything. And so one of the goals for Zeitaku motherfuckers is we want to take the profits and throw that into other businesses quickly to diversify the community's money. If they want to compound, let's compound. If you want to diversify quick, let's diversify, because we don't know everything.
Yeah. So exactly. But to add to that, okay, there's risk in everything. We are all here in this ecosystem, and we know. To be honest, man, I always say this to Louis, man. I have stocks, I have NFTs, I have crypto. I think that this investment in particular is the one that's the less riskiest for me. It has the less
Pretty
risk.
good.
It's anti bear market. It's anti. It doesn't. I mean, Forex doesn't give a shit about Bitcoin, about anything. The only thing it gives a shit about is liquidity. And as long as there's enough liquidity, the bot can trade and profit. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world.
It's only it only hasn't. Okay, so let's touch on that. So if it does take a 10% hit, the bot is coded to turn off, right? So boom, if something happened, I mean, I don't know, it hasn't happened, but in the past year, I think it maybe 3 or 4 times it didn't, turn on, or they turned it off because of liquidity in the market. But it has been operating at a positive for a pretty long time. It's actually pretty wild. I mean,
in the contract that what Louis is talking about is in the contract. When you set up the account, it says basically that the bot gets disconnected automatically when it reaches a 10% loss, which has never happened. So when it comes to risk, I would consider that to be the main risk, right, that you consider. Then there's other risks that are really out of anybody's control, right?
Right.
So the real risk to me is losing 10%, which is not bad if you're in crypto stocks or NFTs, right?
Taking all our wallets are down more than that. Okay.
Exactly. So so that's part of it. Now, another way to reduce this risk significantly, it's going to take some time, but is to develop our own bot, right?
That's right.
Where we reduce this risk. Now, that's going to be a long process, I think, because it's not going to be easy to develop a bot as profitable as this one, right? We are working, or specifically Louis, more than me, is working with someone. He's developing a bot for him to trade on the DEX, on 4 different DEXs, right?
That's right.
And there's not much liquidity in the ecosystem still, but we might use tools like that are not involved with Forex in the future as well, right? But I personally want to develop our own Forex bot, right? And I don't have
maybe that's what we work with the Gentlemen's Club with. You know what I'm saying? We call it the Gentlemen's Club bot. I don't know, but it would be. I think that's like long, short to long term goal. If we find the right people, that's like it jumps back to the beginning of the conversation where the bot is definitely peppered with human emotion and knowledge, and so it's also about finding the correct devs, which is not easy, but that would be amazing, because then right there, like unknown is how much does the bot really make? We know what they say, and
so let me jump in there quickly.
How much does it really make, right?
Let me jump in there very, very quickly. The bot owner is taking 50%, right? So the moment first of all, by developing your own bot, you are really reducing the risk significantly, and you're doubling your profit, right? So that's why it's really important that we should allocate some of the profits to developing this bot. Now, It's all going to come down to what the community decides together. Right. But if you ask me, I have a vision. Okay, the way I think about it right now, I'm thinking, okay, we got to take this profit, whatever it is. Let's use a number as an example, $30,000 a month. So this would be one of my suggestions, right? And we say, okay, we take a certain percentage of this and we allocate to staking, to a staking pool where we help secure the Cardano network, right?
Let's go.
We take another percentage of this and we allocate to the development of this bot.
Let's go.
We take another percentage of this and we allocate to a real life business.
Let's go.
and we can structure a plan and we can keep going. I have more ideas, right? But I want the community to come up with ideas, and that has already happened. I mean, there's conversations we're having in the OG chat. People, I'm really encouraging everybody because I know that there's talent here, man. I learned so much in this ecosystem, and I learned from other people like you guys. So that's what's great about this shit, and I love it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then just to sprinkle some sprinkles on top. It's going to be well, whatever. We're gonna fucking scale up what we've already been doing. We're already got money in these bots. These bots are paying money. So simplify everything. We're just scaling up and allowing a community in. And so then as I said earlier, we didn't have to do this, but we want to do this. We've met a lot of friends here, and there's a lot of people in this space with other businesses that are getting started. I mean,
and the other projects, Louis, the other project is key. So how many, we all know this, man. We watch it. I can't remember what project this was in space yesterday, man, but they're talking, or even this morning, I think it was, they're talking about another mint, and they were getting hammered in this space saying, well, why another mint? What happened to the money of the first mint, right? So these people, obviously, a lot of them don't have the real life business experience. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are just scammers, but some of them have good intentions, and they just don't know how to structure themselves financially, right? And they end up spending the money, and sometimes they build something cool, sometimes they don't, but they run out of money. So
right.
This is the key. This is the concept that I want to prove too, because it's not only making our own community exclusive and profitable, and giving them exclusive access to this bot and to our own bot in the future, but it's also about maybe making a small profit all together as a community. I say small profit because it will be small, but helping other projects, right? That are minting, that we can develop a business plan structured.
Well, that's right, and it's because and look, this is year 2 for many projects, and the data across the board states that's when most businesses fail. Right. And so I assume we're going to start to see that, or we're going to start to see, as we are now, a second, third, fourth, fifth fucking collection, 7th collection. Are you serious? This project has 7 collections. And so, why do businesses fail? Well, either, shitty business or just poor strategy and not any knowledge on marketing and how to do it, or they couldn't figure out how to monetize anything at all, and they have ran money. So that is the
like
something about
like a Ponzi scheme. I also noticed that a lot of projects they get out of funds and then they have to do a second mint, and I think that's not sustainable. So that's also something we are very heavily focusing on. So we also everything that we do is also just with profits. So because in the long run, it's not sustainable otherwise. So I think that's
right.
Key to success. So I totally agree with you on that one.
And so there's a lot of things going on in the background. Some people are like, wow, the fuck, at floor price, what's going on? It takes time to truly build a foundation that has the opportunity and chance of actual success. There are pieces and parts that need to be put into place. And, Zeitaku Dragonz is a capstone project that is a liquidity cow, okay, that, whatever we need help in other areas of business, or if we're going to expand and start other ones or buy other ones, or take a Degen gamble 1 month, it is constant liquidity that can fund our current businesses and build other businesses, all the while, profit sharing with all the holders. And that's why another thing, this project was selected because of the we've realized that if a project says they're going to be in it to pay passive income and they've got 10,000 supply, that's a fucking red flag, or they just don't understand. A small holder account, small collection is more feasible for a passive income play. The price of the shares are higher, which are more attractive and look more attractive. And so, Zeitaku Dragonz really could turn out to be, and is going to, turn out to be something quite amazing. And, just like in the beginning with the Tamas, how many people can we help? We're not in this to start a charity. Look, let's be real. We're all here. We have families, kids, bills. We're here to make money. Simultaneously, how much of the profit that comes in can we give back and still build what we're trying to build with the profit, and still take care of our families and pay our bills? So that's like the goal overall, long term, with everything. And I like the way things are going. It's going well. I think with a lot of these businesses and partners, even though the market's down and things are kind of unsure, if you just wipe that slate clean and look at them all as small businesses and the people running them, it's really, really awesome to see. And how many of those businesses can we get into with this, with this cowbot? I don't know if I could call it the cowbot.
But I think it's very important also, like what you touched upon earlier, is that you guys are looking to diversification. So looking into other stuff to do, other businesses, potentially creating your own bot, because if you stick with just that game plan, you will have a single point of failure at some point, possibly. So I think it's very good that you guys having the vision of expanding and looking for diversification. So I think that's looking great. Maybe I also saw in your Discord that holders might be able to open their own account on the trading bot. Is that something that is fully confirmed, or are you just considering this?
So let me get into this, okay?
Any stipulations?
Because I've been thinking about this for a bit, right? So I guess we have to wait for the tier system too, because it's going to come down to very exclusive members being able to access this bot. I don't think it's something that we want to allow every single member to access.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, I do definitely want to give the opportunity to some of our members who, there's a lot of requirements, especially when it comes to the amount that needs to be invested. There are minimums, right? That are pretty high. So if there is somebody in the community, which I'm sure there is, that has that kind of money and is willing to or wants to get involved in this and have their own personal account, we can definitely hook them up, for sure. It's just that we're going to require some sort of commitment with us. That's what we're working on as part of the tier system.
All right, awesome. Thank you for that answer. And Louis touched upon it a little bit earlier as well. At some point, we should definitely collab on something. We do have a lot of inside knowledge on trading. Definitely Wagme here is doing most of the trading himself. Still looking for a good bot. So we can definitely chat in the future. I'm looking forward to that.
I think it's the key what you said about diversifying. That's why my vision is the way it is, right? One thing I didn't touch on, just to go back on that, with my vision on how to use these profits, right? Is I forgot to mention I really like investing in other smaller companies or projects, especially the ones that are developing like very cool, useful technology that are involved in AI. That's really something that attracts me a lot. Okay, me personally, and I think that the community in general, I think will see the value in that. So again, there's always the possibility of compounding this, right? I don't see that as the best option at all because it's more risk, right? So what I see is you put it in, you connect, and you take profits every 30 days or even every 15 days if you want. But I think it's ideal to take profits every 30 days. And then, very quickly, in 1 year, you are already in the green. Right, you're already in the green with the profits you made. So it's not that difficult to reduce that risk. All you need is this to be consistent, like it has for the past. I can confirm the exact number of months. I'll DM you later.
15 or no, 27.
No, it's more. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I was going on that other account.
Yeah, but I lost track of what I was saying, but you understand what I'm trying to get at. The key is to diversify because, and it happens very quickly. That's what I like about this concept, right? Think about it. By the time we're right after the mint, 2 months after the first mint, before we actually get into the second mint, people already had the chance to see how much profit we made with the first initial revenue, right, that we collected.
And really quick, it's going to be the talk of the town. It truly is.
Yeah.
And when will people start seeing let's say the first profits? When will the first profits flow back to holders potentially, or is that still an open question depending on the demand of the community?
Exactly. That's the way I see it. Is let's throw it out there. Okay, how much did the bot make this month? 30 grand. Okay, how many holders? This is what everybody's going to get. If it comes to that point where people want to get their share, which I will respect, it's fine. It still be a significant amount. We can do that, and there's ways to do that, right? One way is via a token distribution, and we have been in discussions with IDO Pass, and they have a platform, and we could distribute their native token that they're coming out with, or any other token. So that would be one way. But honestly, I hope the community is on board with me. I see this as creating something huge, man, because all we need is this bot to continue to be consistent, okay? We obviously depend on that, but again, we have a proven track record, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the key here. If that continues to happen, in very small time, we will have a portfolio, a very well diversified portfolio, man, with real estate, with real life businesses, with ADA and staking pool, maybe the acquisition of other projects. I don't know, but a very diversified portfolio where something, and at the same time, who knows? I don't know how long it's going to take. We might even have our own bot, right? That would be like the ultimate goal, because at that point we don't care too much about what fails, if anything fails, with the broker or investment account we're working with, right?
Right, we're already diversified.
Exactly.
So it's like, I think
risk management.
Right, for sure, 100%. I think I think a good move would, because people come in and people have bills. People are looking for passive income. I realize, see that, and so they might want to get that money, and so would it be bad for a couple months to figure that out and drop it on the holders? I mean, that would be really fucking cool. That'll get major attention and everything, and then they see what's coming in. But it's gonna be on me and Gon to educate, because when we do drop it on everybody, that's just what it is. We're just dropping the money, and remember, there's risk. So we will do our best to educate and say why it is important for us to diversify right away. But I think maybe just to show everybody it's real, and maybe it's a good idea, for a couple months in the beginning, just to drop it all, and then, ask the community, what should we buy? Because then if, like Gonzo said, if something was to happen to the bot, well, we've already diversified and put 300K into this that is generating money already as well. So I think, it's just going to be all about communication on a high level because this is real money coming in, real opportunity, and real chances that we could lose out on also if we don't act accordingly. So, not to mention the legal side of it and everything like that. So,
Yes, so let me jump in there. So if I talked about token distribution with if we decide to distribute the profits, right? If we take this in a bigger scale and into the real life business, then it just becomes a matter of KYC, right? In order to people to get their profits, which at the end of the day is going to be the way everybody's going to have to go. When regulation comes.
That's right. This is not, I think that's important to touch on too, Gonzo. Sorry to interrupt, is, and it comes back to the thing again. We don't have to do this. And for me, it's just added risk. And so not added risk in the form of losing money, in the form of not correctly following the laws in this token SEC gray uncharted territory, and then bringing eyes onto my fucking number of other companies to dig into all of that shit as well. So it's very important to know that behind the scenes, everything is legitimate, and we are trying to abide by the laws that are fucking changing daily. You almost need a goddamn lawyer on payroll, and that is their job to just research the changing laws in this area. So we will be doing our best to make sure that we are doing the right thing.
All right.
So let me jump in there very quickly. I just want to add something to this, right? So as you notice right in our conversation here, the main focus of the conversation has always been this bot, right? Because that's the most interesting part. It's a really interesting utility. I guess people who are business oriented or into finance understand that, having a consistent revenue stream like this is not easy, right? And how useful it is. But we have not discussed all the other aspects, right, of the project. So that's what I'm trying to make a point here, right? I've been in this space since the beginning, just like a lot of you guys. And, I think that I personally, and I say myself personally because Louis already has established projects and has been successful, right? But I myself have an advantage by launching a project right now and not before, right? Because I was able to, throughout the year, I've seen everything. I've been in all the spaces because I've been a very active person. I've been holding my own space once a week where I learn a lot every day. And, so I take all the good things that successful projects have done, and I try to apply them to our project, right? I also try to learn from all the mistakes these other projects are making. So what I'm trying to get at is, I want to give our community the whole package, right? The utility is there. That's what we're talking about. That's what we talk about most of the time. But I want to give the community some real cool looking art, that people are going to want to have as their PFP. I want the project to be sold to people just for the art. I want people to buy it just for the art. And then if they love the utility, then great. But so that's something that we are going to be working on a lot. We already, even though the artist really didn't start working on those dragons, we already been back and forth looking at some art and some samples, and I'm really going to be concentrating on making sure that the art is 100% quality, because I think it's important to bring the whole thing, every single aspect we want to cover. The art's got to be cool, the utilities got to be cool, there's got to be some real life utility as well.
Right.
We want it all, the passive income, so we're trying to put the whole package together. That's what I'm trying to say.
It matters to me as well about that. Even though we could, with a project like this, we could fucking mint out pictures of piles of shit. And with a project like this, it wouldn't matter what the picture is. But for us, it's important that the artwork is something that you would hang in a digital picture frame in your office, and you look up, that fucking project makes me money. That is the goal, to create a project that you are, comfortable and proud to be a part of. Just like all the fucking Tamas out there, those AMAs, that community, and which is this community, the Dragons and the Guards. It's one large community. It's one large movement. We have a strong community. I think we have a strong following, myself and Gonzo, and so we just will continue with that. And we're trying to do the best we can. And
it's a lot of responsibility. We understand that. I think about it every day. Honestly, I know it's going to be. That's why I wanted to prove it myself too. Right? I think I've proven it long enough, right? And Louis has as well. So we both, personally already take profits. We see how this works. Hey, man, let's not wait anymore. Let's just take this.
Gonzo just threw in another $90K and. Personal, he said, you want to throw 90 in yours? I said, Jesus, bro, you keep throwing money in, okay?
I did that on purpose, guys. I wanted you guys to see. So I've been posting all the information of one of my personal accounts, right? And it's just to show you guys, not for me to show off because it doesn't even have that much money.
Data.
It's just to show you guys data, to see how this operates. So I made a withdrawal. I took out 10,500 USD. I posted that there so you guys can see how the withdrawal works. It takes about 3 to 4 days, depending on when you do the withdrawal. You can withdraw like in Bitcoin, Tether.
I said we need to do a withdrawal to post. Gonzo's like, all right, do it out of your account. I said, no, do it out of your account. I said, no. We got on Zoom and played paper, rock, scissors. I said, I'm compounding, and so anyway, just a side joke.
Right. But anyway, yeah. So I took out that money, and now I made a deposit. It was 85,500, I think. I put in. So now the balance on that account is 157 grand, right? So you guys, and it's going to start operating with that balance on Monday.
This is all for everybody to see. Okay, look, we showed you the one with 50 and the compounded gains over the course of 6 months. So here's some more money in there so you can see, how much more it's going to make and how the percentage is even across the board. And this is all for current community members as well as future community members to come in and see what it's doing, how it works, what it brings in.
Yeah, it will be limited later on when we have our own, only 2 members, right? We're members, and we're still trying to figure out how. I know we can, but we're trying to figure out how we can incorporate somehow the bot into the Discord where it can be live there.
An API.
That would be pretty cool indeed. If you're able to do that. All right, guys. It's also amazing that you're showing really some proof of value. I think that's also key for everyone here. Okay, so maybe I have one more last final question before we wrap it up. So, let's say what's your unique selling point? I mean, okay, besides the trading bot, why should someone join the Zeitaku Dragon gang? Let's say.
You want?
First,
Sure, man. I think that the first and foremost is to just be a part of something special, to join a community, and really to learn about something new. Maybe people know about these, but do you really know about it? And have you had the opportunity to get involved? So to learn and to educate, to become a part of something bigger that truly has the possibility of becoming something great. And then I'll let Gonzo, answer that. But first, really quick, Gonzo, I just want to say one thing. I touched on it earlier. I think that this project is going to bring in a different type of community member, aside from the ones that are here. The ones that really like to learn about everything, that are analyzing data and numbers. And so that being said, it's my belief that once we start this and people see what's going on, it's going to draw in more of an investor type as opposed to a flipper type, and possibly we'll bring in some whales, and so over time, once we get this going. Gonzo always likes to bring me back. I live way far out in the road. I many moves out. But after we get this and, show that it's working and gain the trust of everybody, then, I want to, run a larger one, a Degen project. It called the board, and maybe it will be 20 people, and maybe it will be 100K per person. And 100K is one vote, and 20 people vote every month on what to do with 200 grand. And the money needs to stay in the space in Web3. And so, that would be a midterm goal. I didn't hear you guys ask, like, what's the long-term goals here? Too much. So that would be like a midterm, right? For that one. And then all the while still running this one as well. That's the really neat thing about this is if more people come in, that doesn't dilute the share, right? Because that's more money going into the bot, as opposed to more people coming into an existing business, and the business brings 30K a month, and new people come in and they buy more NFTs. Well, now that's just diluting the shares of the current holders. So this model's slightly different. We have scalable, we can scale up as high as we want, never be the first members, right? Because they're always going to get the percentage of value of the money they have that's put in there, and so that's kind of something else. But that'd be like a midterm thing, gain the trust and really put a heavy hitting group together, but that's handpicked, not just any person that has money, handpicked, smart, intelligent, that positive, that really are here for the good and to help build this out, and build out these pieces of tech that we need to continue moving forward and continue keeping everybody safe. Yet, ease of use and just everything in that area. Yeah, I'm rambling.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we do hear you,
Yeah.
Heiko.
Yeah, what's up, Louis? What's up, Gonzo? I've been tuning in. I
Good
haven't
morning,
said
Hako.
anything. Hope you guys are doing well.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, and I wanted to touch on the question. I have a lot to say on that topic. I don't know if it was Shinisa or Wagmi, but why why would you want to? Why would one want to invest in Zeitaku? I believe was the question, or did I get that
Correct.
wrong?
That's
No,
totally
Yeah,
correct.
no, you got the question, but forget about my answer now because Louis already said most of what I wanted to say, and now Mr. Hako here is going to probably say the only thing I had left to say. So yeah, go ahead, Hako.
Okay, okay. So yeah, what I see and what I feel is we could do, or let me put it this way.
Really quick, Hawk, me and Gonzo had our first AMA. It was over Christmas. I was on vacation up in, I think it was in Montana or Idaho at that time. And we had an AMA. We didn't record it. We didn't really mark it. And there was like 4 people in there. And Hako was one of them. So anyway, just,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yep. And that's why I chose to onboard the team and yeah, build with you guys. It was because of that call. But how I see it is, let us be honest. How many Discords are we guys in? I mean, some of us have a limit of 100 Discord servers. Some of us have 200 limit if you're a premium member on Discord, and sometimes we're even past that limit, and we go over the cap. I mean, there's so many Discords, there's so many projects we're in. It's too much for one person to handle, to be honest. And what we want to do, and what we want to create with the project is for every holder that sees value, they have a certain value proposition from that project, from this project. They like the art in that project. They like the passive income. They like the community of that project. What we want to do is we want to take every single value proposition of all of these projects, consolidate it into one, where we can build a powerhouse of a community. And
Let's go.
I believe we could really do this in a completely different way by onboarding other projects into ours. And how we would do that is we have this bot that we could use, and most of these projects, their only revenue stream is
Alpha.
basically minting. And that's just that's
Yep.
just the part of the game at this point. You have to mint to sustain what you're trying to build. So with this bot, other projects could have their funds from their generated mint, funds generated from their mint, put it into a trading account with us, and that we help them set up. But by doing this, we would partner together and having their unique value proposition integrated into ours. So
Alpha.
we help them have a sustainable, profitable revenue model where they can every month earn a certain amount,
It's like
and
training
help them
wheels.
keep and
Like
help them
training
keep
wheels.
building out this utility that they want to build.
That's right.
So without having to mint, without having uh, to do all these gimmicks to trying to earn money. And so what we want to do is associate ourselves with real builders that are creating these real, like these awesome tools that will benefit all of Cardano, will benefit all of our holders, and these are the projects we want to associate with and integrate into ours. So um, what I see is the most important part of this is the investment group we're trying to build. We want to build an ultimate alpha group. and we
Okay,
want
but
all
let
of
me
you.
interrupt.
Not a pump and dump. I'm talking about a
But wait a second,
real
guys.
alpha group.
Yeah,
But I
I
think
don't
I can
mean.
tie this.
Go ahead, Gonzo.
Listen, listen. What I want to say is, you're talking about that alpha group, but that alpha group can easily be 20 projects, right?
That's right.
So, yeah,
Exactly.
so instead of being 20 people, so let's say that TGC is one of those members of DGen of the board, and then we have the Crux, another member. So each one of those, because these projects are established, they have funds to do this. So I mean that's another way to look at it, right? That's how the DJing group that you like to create, Louis, midterm, like you're saying, could be part of what Hako is talking about,
Yeah,
right?
and real quick, sorry, Gonzo. The why that's important we touched on earlier is so many projects come and go, and so many projects that have gone. They had a fucking great idea, but they have full-time jobs and wives and kids, and they couldn't figure out how to monetize it good enough, fast enough, so they could continue the project. And they're like, fuck, and they have to go to work every day, right? And so, allowing projects to put a little bit of money in, to guarantee them a little bit of money back each month, that might be enough to help them sustain long enough for them to build their idea. It allows projects to have a little bit of income if they don't already, and if they do already, it's just extra. Yeah, it's gonna be something.
All right, guys, that was a very strong closing statement, if I may say. I think the future is bright, and yeah, you have a clear vision towards the future. I think that's very nice to see. Then there's one more thing left for me to do is after every session, after every pub talk, we do a Twitter giveaway. So in the upcoming days, probably tomorrow, because it's pretty late here already, we'll put a post live on our Twitter with the recording. And you can win the Zeitaku Dragon NFT by completing the mentioned steps. One of these steps you will only know by listening to the recording or being here live. So everyone, in order to win, you have to mention something regarding passive income on the Twitter post. This is to give an edge to people who actually followed or watched the pub talk live. That being said, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Ganzo. Thank you, Hako, for coming on to our pub talk. It has been an absolute pleasure. Very insightful, and yeah, I wish you guys all the best. I'm definitely gonna buy some dragons myself after hearing this. So, cheers, guys, for coming on.
Hey, thank you for having us. It was awesome. And for that giveaway, let's throw in one of those AMAs and one of the Acheron Guard, as well as the Dragon. So one of each. Thank you for having us.
Right.
Was super early.
It's super late for me, bro. Like,
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. And again, I didn't get to answer the last question, but I
answer that,
Go for it,
no,
Ganzo.
no, you guys answered for me.
Okay,
I loved
okay.
about this, but what I love about this pub talk, to be honest, is that the same kind of conversation we just had. It was just basically brainstorming. That's what we do when we get on calls with Louis and with Hako a lot, right? So that's also one of the reasons why you guys have not seen a white paper yet, right? Because it's hard, man. I don't want to put out.
Still molding. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
this is Gonzo. This is Gonzo's. I'm here. Yeah, I'm involved in bots and everything, but truly, we're here because of Gonzo. He really wanted to do this, and I was like, but why? We already are. And so that's important to know, and that's who Gonzo is. He wants to help and and teach, and that's why I'm here, because of Gonzo's energy and you know. So all right, fuck it, let's do it, Gonzo. You know.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Listen, and the last reason why you should join us is because we're fucking cool, man. We're cool guys. We're an awesome community already, and we're gonna have a lot of fun together, man. We're planning some real life events. We're gonna have a party. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Part of that money is gonna be to a big fucking party.
That's another thing Gonzo really wants to do. So that is a true
I do.
statement. That's I've heard that many times.
If you like to party, you like to get together, meet people in real life, join us as well because we're gonna be doing a lot of.
That alone is enough motivation for me to sweep some floors. Let's go.
Well, thank you.
All right, guys. Cheers for coming on. I appreciate it, and yeah, talk to you soon. Maybe Louis, could you send me a DM saying which NFTs you were exactly giving away so we can make sure to mention that in our Twitter giveaway. All right.
I will right now. Yep.
Perfect. Cheers, guys. Everyone, have a great day, and talk to you soon.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Thank you, everybody. Bye.